It's the
Take it
sports
away
show.
from him. Under 4 left.
Got
The
me
barn
in
is
my
alive again.
hormones. All gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit Dimitri and Mitches. CJ has never really missed.
Yeah, let's go, crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Excited. You know what?
Good times.
I'm so happy that we get to do this whole double up CJSW show business. We got the tap on the shoulder. We're sitting on the bench. The Lily, she says, hey, we need you. We did it. Now it's 2 in a row. I don't want to stop. I can't wait for next month.
She started something. She can't stop. That's
She
right.
can't stop it. She can't stop it. She can't stop the fact that we are here on the CJSW, CJSW.com, 90.9 FM, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. We're on all platforms. Sports Show, YYC, Instagram, Twitter. And it's after March 1st in this little province of ours. And hey, I can't. Look at this.
Hey, look at this.
Look at this.
We could touch
I
you.
could touch you. I could.
First time we touch each other in 2 years.
Don't let go, Jack. Don't let go, Jack.
Fear is far.
You know what? I didn't realize how great of a singing voice you
I
have.
got a little
Yeah,
something.
that is
A little
it. That's
something.
a
A little something.
A hidden talent.
That's it. Welcome. The Sport Show.
Sport Show.
Episode 197. Here we are at 90.9 CJSW. Buddy,
It's great.
So I want to let you know something. I like to think at work I'm pretty good at what I do. And one of the reasons is because I got a little gift for the gab, but I'm also a master negotiator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, this is just an idea.
Okay.
I'm thinking that they bring me in to MLB talks because, hey, I just negotiated my way into Greece with the wife and maybe on kid number 2. I'm working the angles, all the angles.
You're negotiating, kid, too?
It's a little something that's in the works.
You know what? Speaking of negotiation, can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know me. I tell only quick stories.
Sure.
They never go on for a long time. I'm just...
It's only a half an hour show, everyone. Continue.
I am right to the point. So, speaking of negotiation, you know I'm in the car hunt.
Yes.
Okay, so Tamara and I are in the car hunt. We pretty much narrowed it down to 2. We're thinking CRV, RAV4, no problem. Roster, let me tell you something. Negotiating, salespeople, they matter. And let me tell you, look, you and I, we have to hustle.
Right.
Okay? We're in a sales type role.
We're not rich.
If you will. Just in spirit.
Just in spirit.
Just in
True.
rich.
Spirit, we are.
We're rich in friendship.
Yeah.
So we're at the Toyota dealership. I'm not going to say which one, but we're there. Off camera, I'll tell you which one.
Absolutely, you're going to tell me.
So, a salesman, we like our first experience with this guy. Talk about cheeseball. Like he's laying it on thick. Hi, how you doing, Dimitri? Nice to meet you. Right? Like it's so fake.
It's fake.
It's just fake. Just be natural. Look, I'm here to buy a car. You're here to sell it to me. I get it.
Right.
Okay? We don't got, hey, relax, right? But he is laying it on thick. So to the point, so we have the first, we take it for a test drive, right? And it's a nice car. There's nothing bad about it. My brother's got one.
It's a nice car.
It's a great car. Okay. Handles well.
Yeah, sure.
So a couple days later, he's doing the follow-up. And he's throwing things out like, so are you ready to talk about your new 2022 RAV4? Like, it's just, okay, Palomino, I get what you're going. So here's the thing, out of courtesy, right? I go, listen, keep up with me. We're busy. We're not rolling the dice on it right away. But, you know, in the month, it's going to be okay. So finally, we decide we're going to go with this Honda CRV. That seems to be the Corolla's car of choice right now.
Sure. Great car.
I send him the courtesy message because he phones me at work, right? And then he texts me right away. So I send him the courtesy message. Okay. I go, listen, thank you for your time and everything. I just want to let you know we've decided to go this route. However, we're not pulling the trigger for a few weeks. I go, if some changes, I will come to you. Thank you. You've been great.
Right.
Okay. Just nice, cordial.
Easy. Yep.
Ghosted. So let me tell you something, salesmen, okay, or all of you aspiring salespeople, business developer, whatever. Even if you don't get it, take it across the finish line.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee that I will never do business with that guy again, let alone the dealership.
Sure.
Okay? And it's to the point that I might actually say something, Mitch. So when you talk about negotiator.
We're those guys.
Wait, listen, you know, did it hurt? And it just proved my point of how fake this guy was.
Right.
You know, where it's like, oh, I didn't get the sale. To hell with you, pal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's time to, well, you know, because of the shortages and all that, these guys have been hitting home runs.
Yeah, but you know what?
I know.
No, but are they though? Are they?
Well,
I don't think they're cutting the sales they think.
I agree with you, but I guess he's like, well, I can't. I got to move on to the next guy. Garbage call. I'm not agreeing with him. It's a garbage call.
But I know what you're saying. He's like, you're wheeling and dealing. But it just goes. So, you know what? Hey, Toyota.
Hey.
And I'm not going to name the name. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good.
I might write a letter.
I think you should. A letter, absolutely.
I might go letter.
Not an email.
No,
a letter.
A letter.
With the stamp.
I will stamp it, mailed out. And
to whom this may concern.
May I speak to the manager, please?
Yes, exactly.
But that's when it comes to negotiation, you couldn't be off. Like this MLB thing, Mitch.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, right now, they've already canceled the first 2 series of the year, and it looks like they're on their way. Like, here's the reason I wanted to bring it up as we get into our sports show talk here. It's simple. COVID has destroyed all sports. And I mean, baseball and basketball and everything got hit by it, okay? UFC came out of it kind of smelling like roses. They were the first ones going, you know what? We're going to find an island off Dubai. We're going to get these guys back. We're going to get them going. NBA said, let's do the bubble. NHL, let's do the bubble. It worked and it didn't work, but it worked where you survived. MLB.
Because they're back on track.
Exactly.
Now, yeah.
MLB, you cannot go into a strike when we just got out of COVID. I mean, I'm not no lawyer. I ain't no sports agent. I'm just a guy here at CJSW telling you about the sports. But I know one thing. This doesn't look good, and this cannot be good for you guys going forward.
You know who they got to call?
Who they got to call?
They need Jerry Maguire.
They need Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire would solve. He's the ambassador of the Quan, man.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Jerry Maguire would be great here. It would be great. But, I mean, it's just sad because, buddy, look around. And just by the timing of it, and it takes us into what we're going to talk a little bit about this week. Dimitri, over in Russia, over in Ukraine, they're going at it. There's a war. Like, this is not that kind of podcast where we're going to sit here and tell you who's right and who's wrong. We're not into that. But what's happening is, look around you, MLB. Look at what's happening. There's bigger things in this world, and you guys are fighting about. And this is all obviously about money. The players recently canceled the owner's request. They said, not enough. Not good. Not good.
Mitch, I got to tell you, I'm actually okay with this. I'm okay if baseball strikes every year. Because, listen, it's not my top one.
True, I agree. Agreed.
So they need to cut some games back.
Yeah.
Like having to go through 162 games is like having to write a useless exam.
That's a good point.
You know, it's like, do we really need this many questions?
Yeah.
Is this all necessary? Do we have to put this much work in for what? Like, cut it down. I think baseball would be better suited at 80 games. Maybe 10.
I never understood the 162. I know, like, people are going, well, you'll make more money, more games. Are you? Jam those people in. The Phoenix Coyotes could teach you guys a little something about that.
They
right?
should play with the Phoenix Arizona Coyotes. 5,000 person baseball stadium. Yeah. They don't even fit that many.
Limited seating.
It's the craziest thing in the world. You know, I always say when you're playing a sport and you can actually physically do 2 of those games in a day, you're not exerting yourself. That's not sport.
You might be onto something.
That's not sport.
You might be
remember Kirby Puckett?
Sure, of course I remember
that guy
the Puckett.
Looked like you and I combined.
He was a good player.
Great player. Tough running the bases. He had a tough time.
His cardio wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah, tough time running the bases, you know.
He was a hitter. It was a power hitter.
The way they're whipping the ball these days. What's the baseball combine look like? Like what?
It doesn't. It's not as physically enticing as, let's say, the NFL one. It's not as big. You know, Dimitri, let's for a quick second put on our serious hat. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on over in Russia and Ukraine. And what we're talking about is we're not going to give you our political views on what's happening over there. We want to talk about how it's actually affected all sorts of sports as well. So with the sanctions, unless you're living under a rock, and truly, if you're living under a rock, Russia has invaded Ukraine. And so the West and the allies of the Ukraine, the best way that they're going to get involved in this is not actually getting guns out and going over there and fighting. They're putting the sanctions on. And the sanctions are monetary. But then now it's moved into other things. So what am I talking about? UEFA. The UEFA said, hey, Russia, no one actually wants to play your team. You're gone. Qatar, as of right now, if this keeps going on, you guys are not invited to the World Cup, which, let's call it what it is. It's called the World Cup for a reason. Everyone wants to be there. from the world.
Yeah, it can't be called the kind of World Cup.
Yeah, it's the World Cup for a reason. From there, it goes over to the double IHF. They're going to redo the World Juniors this coming summer. And they've also told Belarus and Russia. So if you're friends of Russia, you ain't coming over either. That's been now determined as well, as long as this war keeps going on. And Euro Soccer said, no, you guys are out as well. And now even Ovechkin. I'm not sure if people heard this, but here's the thing. CCM is one of the sponsors to Ovechkin. They didn't kick him off. They just said, Ovi, we're going to put you on the sidelines right now. We can't have you advertising our sticks or our equipment or anything like that right now. So the question of the day, Dimitri, and we want to kind of just bring it out because it is happening. How is sports being involved? Should the sports be involved in these political times?
You know what? I told you this, and I'll start on this road and say I couldn't believe with everything going on over there how it has bled into pop culture.
Yeah.
And if you want to call it cancel culture or whatever you want to put the label on it, but it was immediately like in every area of life, like not like from marketing, from this and that, but yeah, even with sports. And I always thought that sports was the untouchable realm, right? To say, so where do I stand on it? Yeah, I mean, when I look at a guy like Ovechkin, it's not his fault.
No,
you know, that he happens to be Russian and all of a sudden CCM turns around and says, hey, you know, we're benching you. Or organizations say, hey, no, we're not. This, you know, like at one point, I feel bad because, again, athletics, there's that code. There's no real politics in athletics. However, we are in a different world.
That's right.
And CCM is not booting Ovechkin because they don't like the guy.
That's right.
They're really not booting him because he's specifically Russian. They're booting a guy like him because they're saying, look, man, we still got to sell sticks. And it's not a you thing. It's not a me thing. Now it's a consumer thing. Consumers will not buy a stick that has a Russian name on it.
That's right.
Like, you know, hey, honey, sugar, baby, sweetie, like we can't do it. Yeah. Sorry, Ovi. And now you look at the business of sports. Mm-hmm. Well, now these organizations are saying, well, you know what? Yeah, maybe some higher ups, you know, maybe know a couple people to put pressure, you know, politically. But Mitch, they're looking at it and saying, well, we need people to turn on the TV. Yeah. We need people to sponsor. We need people. Remember with Tiger Woods. Okay, Tiger Woods had an affair. Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, big deal. Okay, you had an affair. It is what it is. But we can't have you on Nike anymore.
That's right.
We can't, like, this is where we are in the world. We would never have this conversation probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just, or 20 years ago. It's a different world.
Yeah.
I get it.
You know what? I think you said it beautifully. It's a different type of world now. And wars don't necessarily have to be, you know, and please don't take this the wrong way. It's not just bullets and missiles that are being launched now. Now it's money. That's where you're really going to hurt somebody, you know. And by putting these sanctions on, I'm pretty sure Putin sat there when he thought he was going to do this. I'd like to think he put some thought into it in his own mind. And he said, okay, they're probably going to shut down the banks. They're going to do this. I don't know if he thought about the sports thing, and nor do I think he cared.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, but at the same time, what's going to happen is,
but the people care.
I think where the organizations are smart by getting involved, like the UEFA, like the CCMs, they're saying, hey, you're a big figure, Ovi. Maybe lay out a phone call to Putin, you know, and tell him, hey, man, I'm being affected by this too. And again, he may not care, but that's the kind of war that the world is at now. It's not just guns and bullets and missiles and all that stuff. It's also now monetary and it's reputational. It's like right now, Russia will never, as it stands, maybe the Paralympics. That's also not going to happen now. Those Russian athletes are not going to go and participate in that either. It's a problem all the way around. It sucks. It's horrible. It shouldn't bleed into it, but it makes sense why it's happening. And based on the circumstances, it needs to be done. It had to be done. It's not. I'm sure none of these organizations wanted to say, sorry, guys, we don't want to involve you. But it's the only way to maybe get his attention. Judo. So Putin, you know, he's a big judo guy. They took one of his degrees off. He's like a 3rd or 4th degree judo belt. They took the Federation of Judo said, no, you're not a black belt anymore. They took his black belt away.
So what does he do? He's got to go to judo college.
He's got to go.
He's got to get a supplement.
College. Yeah, man. I mean, it's affecting. I mean, they're doing everything. Think about this. They're literally doing whatever they can to try to be like, dude, what you're doing is wrong. It's not good right now.
It's totally crazy. But yeah, that's again, Mitch. That's. I think we say it. I don't want to keep harping, but it's just the world that we live in. I mean, of course, you feel sorry for any athlete who's like, "What do you mean I can't compete because of this?" Like, and some people outspoken. No, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But now I'm thinking, do athletes start defecting and saying, you know what? I actually don't want to play for Russia anymore. I want to go play for Ukraine or or whatever. I'm just throwing countries out there. But hey, how about Canada?
Yeah.
Hey, we could use a couple more gold medals.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, Ovechkin's all of a sudden a Canadian. That's not a bad idea. That's
what a great team Canada that would be.
That's not bad all of a sudden. You know what? You're on to something.
It pretty much is. I mean, hey, you're halfway here, man.
So from sports show to you, Putin, hey, stop. Enough is enough. Fucking garbage. All right, from there, let's go to the other center of the world. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll talk a little hockey now. Trade deadline is in a couple of weeks, March 21st, and guess what? The Toronto Maple Leafs are in a little bit of trouble. They put a lot of money up in the front and not so much in the defense and barely anything in the goalie situation. And the goalies are falling apart left and center. Mrazek and Campbell are not turning out to be what they want. Dimitri, should Toronto stay with the goalies they got, ride or die, or do they just clean out the closet and maybe start from the beginning? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
You said it perfectly. The Maple Leafs are the guy who's got the amazing lawn, the beautiful exterior, brand new roof, like everything. And then you go inside the house and the kids have completely destroyed it. Yeah, Chips on the wall. I'm basically talking about my home right now.
Mine as well. I thought you were looking at me when
actually, except mine looks like crap on the outside too. So anyways, you know where I'm going with this. I don't think they need to go and get a goalie, and I'll tell you why. Do they need a goalie? Yeah, they need an upgrade. However, today's NHL is also different too. Mm-hmm. You can actually get away with a $4, $5, $6 million goaltender, have a couple of them play solid if you got a good defense, right? Like if you got a good team around you, and a lot of teams are doing it. I like the Carey Price contracts of the world.
Right.
I can almost guarantee stuff like that will never exist again.
100%.
Right, because you don't need that type of goalie on the payroll. So part of me says, look, no, don't go and get a goalie now because who's available?
Right.
And if you do have anyone available, it's like today's car shortages. You're going to pay a premium for something that is not worth it.
Two things. You got to let the car thing go.
I'm telling you.
Got to let the car
guy
thing
at
go.
Toyota, he really got me.
And secondly,
I would never do that.
Toronto, I might have found your goalie. Last night, the Jokers are my favorite beer league team. They got shelled by a guy. They got shelled by this guy that was on the other team. Maybe this guy.
This guy he stopped everything.
He stopped everything.
We tried everything. We even tried to tell him that he was Russian. We told the ref because he was like everything.
Trying to get him out of there.
Everything he could, but he was saving that. 54 shots, Mitch. This guy.
That's a lot of shots. That's a lot of shots.
This Win Sport League, I tell you.
I'll say this personally. I think they should ride or die, and here's my reason why. I think the goalie position is like the pitching position. It's like the running back position. It's all mental. You got to get these guys' heads on right? They're NHL goalies. There's only a few of them, and they're good at what they do. It's time to play around them. Yes, you have 4 all-stars on your team. You got your Mitch Marners, and you got your Tavares, and you got your Austin, and you got your Nylander. Well, maybe you don't concentrate on that, meaning you got to go into maybe a little bit of a defensive hockey mode and or take these guys out for a keg dinner. Just get their confidence up. Do something. I don't know, because to your point, there is nobody out there. So what are you going to do? You can't pay all that money and not make the playoffs or get knocked out in the first round again. You got to do something. And I think this honestly is between the years. I think this is a mental thing. Get these goalies. Look at Edmonton. They started slowly turning it around. And what was everybody saying about Edmonton? Oh, it's the goalies. It's the game. It's the whole thing. The goalies are the goalies. They're going to suck some days. They're going to be awesome some days.
Right.
Just get their heads on straight. That's my thoughts.
I think you're right. That's all it is. Like they got that Chiro guy. They just recently made a trade, right, to add some depth, which is great. I think that's going to help the team. But yeah, no, the goalie's not a problem. They need to tighten it up. And now, like we said, there is a ticking time bomb in Toronto. You can only run this experiment for so long.
That's right. Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
That's all there is to it. So.
Yeah. From there, we're going to hop over to the NBA.
Every time. It's the jingle.
It's your thing. Did you see I hesitated? I knew you were going to do it. I knew it was coming. Yeah.
I know.
I want to talk about the fickle fan. I got to talk about you, Los Angeles Laker fan. What is wrong with you guys? You just won the Super Bowl with the Rams. Fine. 2 years ago, during this COVID-ridden fiasco we all went through, you guys won the championship. LeBron did what he said he was going to do. As much as I don't like him, I got to respect the guy. He brought you a championship. A year and a half later, it's not even a full 2 years yet, and you guys are like, trade LeBron, trade Davis, get rid of this team, blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with you? So, two-part question. A, what is wrong with the Lakers? B, should they trade both guys? C, are the Lakers the worst fans of all time?
That was two plus.
Two plus.
That was the
all right,
bonus.
there was a third one in there.
Sorry, could you go back to question one? What's wrong with the Lakers? Very simple. You don't make a team.
Right.
The same way you would do it in EA Sports or NBA 2K.
Very
you
good.
don't do that. Look, you won a championship because you have LeBron, you had Anthony Davis, probably second best eyebrows next to Mitch.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a pretty good brow.
Eyebrow.
No, look, you got cornerstones, and then you built around it. You had the Rondos, you had everything. You had this great team, and it worked. Then you go out and you try to get everyone else. Like the Westbrook thing, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that was a bad idea. That's how they've built the team. It's not working. You have to start from scratch. Keep Anthony Davis and LeBron there. Mm-hmm. Build around it again.
Right.
Okay, just get the supplement. That's all there is to it. That's what's wrong with the Lakers. No, you don't you don't trade LeBron. You don't do you don't trade Davis. You don't do any of that stuff.
I know I'm the biggest guy on trading your superstars, but this one you don't trade. Not just because it's not LeBron. It doesn't make any sense.
Go ahead, do it. Trade LeBron. See where it gets you.
It'll literally. You think you're bad now? This is gonna get way worse. The reality is what Dimitri said. You built this team, and no offense, you kind of built it with LeBron telling you, go get this guy. Go, LeBron,
can't do that.
You sit over here, and until you retire, and then you want to get into management or you want to coach, cool. But for now, let us do our work. You guys listen. I respect you. Got to understand that you want to make the superstar happy. But I think now he even knows maybe he needs to take a step back. The Melo, the Russell, not a good combination. Now I'm going to pick on Laker fan for a second. I get it. You guys are, when it comes to tradition, you guys are like the Montreal Canadiens. So you guys, you want to keep that rep up. And you want to keep, everyone happy. I get it. But cut a little slack where a little slack's due, you guys. First off, you're in the West. That is the way tougher division.
Sure.
Number two, you guys just won the championship a year and a bit ago. Other teams would blow up their team by now. You know what I mean? If you guys want to go through a blowing up phase where you get rid of LeBron, rid of Davis, no one's going to show up to these games, so they gotta relax a little bit.
Laker fan, you might be the most spoiled NBA fan out there.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, do you want to go the route of being a Toronto? You want to be a Toronto Maple Leaf?
Do you want to be a
fan?
Maple Leaf fan?
Is that what you want to do? You want to be Clippers? You could have been a Clippers.
Call Drake. He'll tell you.
Yeah. You want to go Clippers?
Yeah.
You want to go to the other side?
You know who's
of
a
LA?
big Maple Leafs fan? Bieber. Bieber goes to the Lakers game. Tell Bieber your problems.
Yeah, man. They've had every player under the sun go through this.
Yeah, man.
Right? LeBron, Kobe, Johnson. How far do you want to take it of what that franchise has been able to... And you just won it 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
With the best player in the NBA.
And by the way, HBO, they're doing a show on you guys right now. HBO's got the Lake. It's some show, it's an actual show redone on the Lake show, right? During the '80s when they were the hottest thing around, right?
I think the Lakers should be grounded.
I almost turned it on instead of Euphoria. I still watch Euphoria. Crazy show though, let me tell you, crazy show.
Unreal.
All right, from there, let's go to rapid banter. Ooh. Here we go. Dimitri, Mardi Gras or Stampede?
I haven't been to Mardi Gras, so I have to pick the Stampede.
It's pretty good. Hulk Hogan, as per his divorce settlement, has to buy his wife a new car. What car should he get? I swear I didn't plan this.
A van. You're going to need to haul
A van.
a van.
From Toyota. Mickey Mantle's jersey sold for $2.2 million. Would you wear it if you bought it?
100%.
Yeah, you got to wear it.
And I'd get stains on it too.
Can you imagine?
Because I can afford a $2.2 million
That's a good point.
Mickey Mantle
Good
jersey.
point. Even Russia's OnlyFans accounts have been canceled. Have they gone too far with this one?
A little bit. Come on, think of the fan.
Hey, come on.
Hey.
Hey. Let's just say.
Hey.
Speaking of Russia again, Ovi has 1,383 points. He's 8 ahead of Sid Crosby, 1,375. When this is all said and done, who's going to win this battle of points?
I actually think Ovechkin will.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll play a little longer.
And that's with Sid being out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Hey, don't get me started.
Yeah. Last summer, a heat wave in Canada caused bees to ejaculate to death. Is there a better way to die?
Well, if you can't handle the heat. You know, they say they can only sting once.
Well, apparently not even.
Is that a thing?
I read it. Well, I'm not lying to you.
Okay, where are you going to read that?
Oh, I got my sources.
Oh, man.
I got my sources. Logan Paul is at WrestleMania. He says Mayweather, though, still didn't pay him for their their boxing match last year. Do you think that Mr. McMahon will pay Logan in full?
Or Mayweather triple threat. What? Great publicity stunt, by the way.
Last one, Tyson Fury versus Dylan White, April 23rd. Tickets went on sale the other day. 85,000 tickets were sold in 3 hours. What's crazier, that or a cross-country skier losing his penis?
The fact that the salesman from Toyota can't cut me a break and a courtesy message.
You gotta let it go. I don't know why you're so upset about it. You still gotta let it go, man.
I gotta let it go.
You gotta let
it
it
hurts
go.
me. I'm not that guy.
I can understand.
I'm not that guy.
He went after the wrong guy is what he did. I think
you messed with the wrong Marine.
Being that we're on CJSW 90.9, I think you should use your platform. Call this guy out.
Do you think I should call?
I think you should call this guy out.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, buddy, didn't hear from you.
Yeah.
How you doing? I want the car now. Oh, you do? Yeah, but can I talk to someone else, please?
Oh,
what?
Boy. That's a good one.
Should we prank? No, we can't prank the guy. We can't.
Well, we
prank
could.
I'm not. Again.
Let me know. I'm down.
We got 4 minutes left.
Yeah,
Let's
fair
prank
enough.
him. Yeah.
From there, we go
Let's
to
prank him.
everyone's favorite segment. It's pass or fail. I got 2 of them. Let me know which one you want to do. I've been usually coming up with 2 lately.
I like this.
All right.
I like
this. So tomorrow on the Sunday, and in fact, you could do it whenever. It's not. But tomorrow's the actual national unplug tomorrow, meaning families, people, don't use your phones, don't use your tablets, don't do anything. Just go outside, play. I don't know, play checkers, do whatever.
Who's going to follow that?
You can't do it. So it's pass or fail. What are you going to do instead?
Okay.
Or B, with vodka being canceled, basically.
Okay.
What other source of whiskey or drinks would you like going forward?
You know what? I like the first one.
You like the
I
first
think that
one?
one's funner.
All right, let's have a good time. It's pass or fail. Here we go. Unplug day. All right, so what are we going to do? Pass or fail, hanging out with the family.
Pass.
Yeah. You got to hang out with the family.
It's a political answer.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Hiking. Going for a hike. Can't use your phone, go for a hike.
Yeah, I'm going to say pass. That's a good get outdoor. If you're not going to be on your phone,
right,
go outdoors.
But can I just say something?
Yeah.
You got to know the trails. Don't be going hiking just for the sake of hiking and then you get lost. The GPS is a thing.
Speaking of which, the other day I was watching a video. Guy was skiing with a ski group, and you see that where the bear was chasing him, and he left the ski group at the top of the hill, and he was going down, and he drew the bear. The guy drew the bear.
Well,
and then he draws it into another group, and now they're freaking out, right? But he keeps going.
Well, he didn't know.
Hey, of course he didn't know. Yeah, well, what's the other group doing down there? What are you waiting for? Yeah. Keep going.
And by the way, if you had your phone on, you could call police. Call some wildlife officials.
Finally, the bear gets tired, but I look and I say, man.
He outran the bear?
He was on the skis.
He was on the skis.
going downhill, right?
Oh, yeah, he's
It's-
got him there.
He's got him. He had home court.
They
right?
say that if you get if a bear's running after you, go down a hill. I've heard that before.
Well, yeah, they got a tough
They're
time.
top heavy.
You know, they can still run up to 35 miles per hour.
That's pretty
I mean, at
fast.
top speed.
That's pretty
well,
good.
that's a. You got to be careful.
They should go to the NFL Combine. The Bears.
I hate anything Bears in the NFL.
Pastor
Mitch.
Pale, going out for dinner with the family.
Pass.
Problem. What are you going to talk about? Like what you put it like
Fail.
this. You know, if you think
that's so
about it,
true.
you're sitting at home right now with your family. You're on your phone. You all put them down. What are y'all going to talk about? You weren't talking with them on. You think you're going to be talking with them off? Like, it's not
Oh my
working.
goodness, that's crazy. But you know what? Hey, unfortunately, the problem is because you and I have too much to talk about when we
true.
come over here. It's crazy the world we live in. You're right. If there's no phones,
Just saying.
you actually have to be friends with the people you love.
So true.
But here's who we do love. We love the roster. We love CJSW, CJSW.com, 90.9 FM, Sports Show YYC on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us on the channels. Subscribe to the channels. Get to the website. It's a fantastic thing. But episode 197, we one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker. We still got to hit the shot.
Have
a great week, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
No, seriously. Think about it. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do about it? Can't talk to you, Mom. Can't talk to you, Dad.
Do you think a Toyota could outdrive a bear?
Oh, no. Not at all. No, I don't think so.
Not with that seal.
Not with that sales guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't know me when it drop, then I'm mostly what they bopping. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.